At 5 years old is when I went into foster care. I went into Polinsky and then to a group home in Valley Center and then a group home in El Cajon and then to Chula Vista to Imperial Beach and then where I ended up in Escondido. Throughout that time of movement, I developed a great deal of emotional uncertainty. I was very attached to my mother, and that separation caused me to be a very distressed young adolescent. I remember telling my therapist 4 specific things. The first thing I told her is that I wanted to get off all of the medication that I was placed on, a lot of antidepressants. I wanted to get out of special education. I also mentioned to her that I wanted to graduate high school on time. And the last thing, and I think it was probably the most important, is that I didn't want to follow in my mother's footsteps. My foster father, who was a group home staff member at Circle of Friends where I was living in Escondido, took some time off, went on a leave of absence to take the Walden Family Service trainings to actually become a foster parent. After he finished his trainings, which took him about 3 to 4 months, I believe, he came back to the group home and sat me down and asked me, Joseph, would you like to live with me and my family? I was blown away. I thought at age 13, I believed that I was going to be in a group home for, until I turned 18. Life was perfect for me. It couldn't have been better. I was doing well in school, on pace to graduate on time. I lost probably 50 pounds over that summer going into my sophomore year. At age 16, I was told by the time I turned 21 that this disease would ultimately take my vision away. And so hearing that on top of all the unfortunate circumstances that, troubled my life throughout my adolescent years was really troubling for me to hear and really troubling to digest. I had a hard time taking it in. And for a short time, I fell into that depression again.
He was dealing with significant issues and obstacles at that time. But even at that time, it didn't slow him down. He kept showing up, he kept on putting in the work.
He had every reason in the world to give up. To just say, look, I'm a victim. It wasn't my fault that I ended up in these circumstances.
He has gone through so many struggles and so many adversities of being bumped from foster home to foster home, his mom being in prison, and he didn't let those things tear him down. He made the decision that I want to be able to take charge of my life, and how I'm going to do this is through education, and that is what he did. Joseph has received 3 associate's degrees, 1 in university studies with an emphasis of social sciences, AA general studies with an emphasis in social behavioral sciences, and an AA degree in psychology.
While I'm pursuing my education, I will also be working at Hearts for Sight Foundation, doing the day-to-day operations, and I'll also be facilitating the adaptive fitness portion for our programs. I'm 28, so it's, my goal is to finish my education. By the time I'm 38, I would love to be able to become Dr. Burton.